Hi Scorpio, welcome to July 2018. Emotions are going to be really strong this month. And for you, they may be driving the bus with logic in the back seat. And that's because we're in the cycle of Cancer, your sister sign, and water rules emotions. And we're in eclipse season. There's going to be a solar eclipse in Cancer on the 12th and 13th of July, followed by a total lunar eclipse in Aquarius on the 27th, and then an eclipse in Leo 2 weeks later in August. Eclipses are the most powerful transit you can experience. They herald major beginnings and completions. And so we're in this watery energy, and you want to be, riding the wave of emotions, not getting pulled under by the undertow. Now there's good news in here too, because Jupiter moves direct in Scorpio, and that's incredibly beneficial for you. So from now until it moves into Sagittarius in November, you're going to be getting the full impact of Jupiter. Perhaps for some of you who haven't been really feeling this positive energy, well, now you are, because wherever he is for each one of you, he will now be giving all of the gifts that he planned to give you before he leaves and moves into Sagittarius. But that's still good too, because when he moves into Sagittarius, that moves into your money house, and that is an absolute increase in prosperity. But when he's in your sign, he makes you feel better, look better, you have greater health and well-being, as well as opportunity. And he is in a grand water trine this month, going on for the first half of the month. As you go into July, the sun is trining Jupiter exact on the 5th, and then exactly trining Neptune on the 8th. This is good news. And it's part of the Cancer eclipse on the 11th and the 12th. So this is all about you, breaking up the routine. Remember, variety is the spice of life. And so these energies are going to be shaking you up a bit to maybe get you out of a routine or a pattern that's no longer serving you, and moving you in a new way and a new direction. Now, your ruling planet is opposing the Cancer solar eclipse. Pluto rules power and transformation. And so there could be, power struggles going on at this time. We're certainly going to see it in the world because of the eclipses and the Martian energy. Your traditional ruler is Mars, and he's the closest to Earth that he's been since 2003 because of his retrograde energy. And so Mars is also very active in here this month at the Aquarius lunar eclipse on the 27th, but also because Mars is being challenged by Uranus all month. And it's actually, the strongest impact is July 9th through October 1st. And so there is some, kind of interesting stuff going on here with you in regards to family members, in regards to relationships, and there could be some chaos, emotional chaos going on with a partner or with you, not seeing eye to eye, or maybe their behavior is kind of strange. That's the Uranian energy. And it's kind of, making you uncomfortable with the relationship. Is you just go with the flow. Don't take anything personal this month, what anybody says or does. With all this retrograde energy, people are operating from their subconscious and they don't even know it. They're not even really conscious. They're acting from a dream state. And, so it's going to be interesting. It's a great energy for love and romance for you. It's a good month for love, sex, and romance. Maybe that's a great way to work it out, is through, sex. And I love this grand trine for you at the time of the Cancer solar eclipse. It's in an area that is about far off places. It's about, traveling. It can be about any business that you run online, or getting published, or teaching, or being in school. This is an excellent time for you to be doing that. Being in school, getting published, promoting your products and services to the world. Absolutely. For some of you, it could even be pregnancy, where you are getting pregnant this month, if that's what you want. Yay! You're definitely fertile with ideas, and you're fertile with creativity with this energy, and it's working really well. The challenge comes in is Pluto is opposing the new moon in Cancer, and that can create emotional power struggles. That can create some really heated conversations that you can find yourself in with other people, and you can find yourself like being really emotional this month and not very logical. That's when you know you might be taking things a little bit too personal and really just feeling reactive to what's happening. Remember, you only have control over yourself. Therefore, you're only responsible for what you say and do. We have no control over what our children do, what our partners do, what other people do. And so if others are acting out in certain ways, creating drama, or just not being logical at all themselves, it's these energies. And you want to be aware of what's pushing your buttons. Now, Venus enters Virgo on the 9th, and that's good news, because now she is forming a grand Earth trine to Saturn in Capricorn and Uranus in Taurus. And so this can help to smooth out things with the partner or other people or your friends. And it can also be very financially beneficial for you. Having Venus in this location can empower you to build greater abundance and money coming to you through the business you own or the company you work for. This is excellent because the earth energy rules money, and it rules well-being and the earth. And so this is a very grounding energy that can be incredibly helpful at the eclipse. And it goes exact with Saturn. Venus goes exact with Saturn on the 14th. And that can be an amazing energy for you to increase your prosperity, but also to help you ground and stay practical here and not get swept up in the tide of emotion that is just washing over everyone and washing over the planet. And, whatever completes at this time, that means you're done. And for you, it's in the area of philosophy and spirituality and the higher mind. And so for some of you, you could be, going into higher consciousness, going into a higher perspective, raising your vibration, expanding consciousness, having a new truth, having a new perspective, having new opinions about things that are coming in with this spiritual energy at this time. Now the sun will enter Leo on the 22nd, and Venus sextiles Jupiter that day. That could be a day where you get a bunch of money, and that's always awesome. That could be a really good day for you, the 22nd. July 11th and the 22nd can be days where things really are proactive for you. Doesn't mean it won't be proactive throughout the month. It can be. Now, Venus will oppose Neptune on the 24th, Be careful that day. If anything seems too good to be true, it could be. Or if, a romantic partner is telling tall tales, be aware of that. It's also a very creative energy too. It's a great day to be creative and focus on anything you're doing creative. Now we have the Aquarius total lunar eclipse on the 27th. This one really packs a punch because you have your other ruler, Mars, with the moon opposing the sun, being T-squared by Uranus. And this can be like, we're just reacting, we are angry, and we're going to act out because we feel right to do it. And that's where we got to watch out because, any kind of abrupt, impulsive, rash behavior can come back to bite you. Once you calm down and you get past this energy, you get into August, you may not be feeling like you're going to be feeling in July. You could be feeling really charged up emotionally here in July and act out in certain ways that isn't necessarily in your best interest. Now, if you need to make a sudden break, that's appropriate because eclipses bring in completions. They bring in changes. And with Uranus like this, Uranus is saying, look, for all of us, I want you to break up these old patterns. Maybe it's codependency with some of you. Maybe you're too codependent with your partner. Maybe you're, always doing the fixing and the saving and the rescuing. And maybe it's time they put their big boy and big girl pants on and save themselves. Or maybe, for some of you, you are the ones that want your partner to fix you, save you, rescue. It's going to be unique for each person. The only reason I'm bringing it up is because Uranus is sitting there in that area of marriage and partnership, breaking up old patterns of relating to others. Now, it doesn't even have to do with your partner. It could have to do with your public. It could have to do with, where you work. It could have to do with your clientele, your practice. It could have to do with your patients. It could have to do with, the people that receive from you, and maybe you're being codependent with them. Maybe you're doing all the work with them. Maybe it's like, wait a minute, are you receiving from this relationship? And Uranus will just break things up, even if it's in harmonious energy flow. Uranus loves to go, surprise. Oh, you thought you want to keep that pattern? Oh, you thought you were going to keep going that way? Well, guess what? You're not. I just removed the road. And now you have to go over here on this path because it's the only one open to you. But know, whatever's taken from you at this time or ends for you at this time, it is divine destiny. It is the hand of God. It's divine will moving you in a new direction. Now, the good news is Saturn is trining Uranus. Saturn and Uranus are the rulers of Aquarius. So what Saturn is saying to you, Scorpio, is rethink what you're doing. Take a look at your thinking. Take a look at how you think about your relationship. Take a look at how you think about yourself and how you relate to other people. Do we need to change some of that? Do we need to change how we're relating to other people? Do we need to change the dynamic in the relationship or our communication skills? Maybe we need to take it up a notch in our communication skills. And I got a wonderful program at my website, which is free, that you can use. It's the master program, communication master program. It's excellent. And you can use that to really go over your skills in communication, which can help you. But what Saturn is saying, I can help you build lasting forms and structures with your relationships. So even if it's getting a little weird in there with the partner, doesn't mean you can't ride it out, doesn't mean you can't work it out. Because Saturn is saying, I can help you, work it out with other people. I can help you work it out with your relationships, but I do need for you to look at these structures you've built, look at your skill set. Do we need to take that skill set up to the next level? And if we do, I'm here to help you do that. Love Saturn. And Saturn is in Capricorn, which sextiles Scorpio. So that is opportunity. And, Venus is in there trining Saturn, up until the 14th. And, Uranus too, in that area of relationship and partnership. So whatever is, happening, you will be in the mood to shake things up. You're ready for change. You're ready to get out of the rut that maybe you've been in with someone else, or, whatever the situation is, you're ready to change things up. You are. And that's good because, that's what these eclipses are offering all of us. And, the key with the eclipse in Aquarius is, that North Node is in Leo, is get into your heart. What does your heart want? What does your heart want in work? What does your heart want in life? Now, Mercury goes retrograde, if it's not crazy enough in here, July 26th through August 18th. And with Mercury retrograde in the area of your destiny in the world, your profession in the world, your reputation in the world, you are rethinking or thinking about how you can improve what you're doing, whether it's the business you own or where you work. You're going to be focused on that during this retrograde cycle of how you can improve your work, how you can improve your relationships at work, how you can improve your relationship with the higher ups and your public and your partners, whether it's personal partners, romantic partners, business partners. You are absolutely focused on improving relationships, and that comes with communication. That's why, with everything retrograde, it's, if something completes at this time, it's destiny. However, I really get the strong message in here is that, yeah, they're taking from us what no longer serves us, but it's also a time to just, work on strategy, work on creativity, be in school, master those skills, study up, study hard. This is a good time for study. And then launch after Mercury goes direct in August, and then absolutely after Mars goes direct in August. That's the time to start something new. There's just so much retrograde energy in here. Both your ruling planets are retrograde. Pluto is retrograde. Mars is retrograde. Mercury is retrograde. Saturn is retrograde. Neptune's retrograde. Jupiter has gone direct. Uranus is direct. Yay. Venus is direct. But there's just so much backwards motion energy that it's not the time to start something new. Now, for those of you open for love, if you do meet someone new right now, I guarantee you they're from your past. They're from your past lives showing up here. And that's fine. I don't believe in stopping living, and especially if you're single, why not mingle? And if you meet someone you're attracted to and you like, go for it. You've got a gorgeous grand water trine in the area of true love and romance, and it could be someone at a distance. It could be someone that, doesn't live in your neighborhood or near you, but is a wonderful connection for you. And why not? It's also a fertile time for those of you that want to get pregnant. You could absolutely find yourself getting pregnant this month. For those of you coupled, it is a bit challenging in here with this Uranus energy shaking things up in the relationship. But it's probably because your partner wants more freedom, or you want more freedom, emotional freedom. And so be open to it, be honest, because you really are ready to shake things up. And communication is the key. And Saturn is there going, if you're working on it and you're both in it, working on it, it's only going to improve. It's only going to make the relationship better. It's only going to make the relationship more honest and filled with integrity, and have the opportunity for both of you to grow and the relationship to grow. The relationship has its own astrology, and it needs to keep growing in order to stay thriving. Otherwise, it's just we're in survival mode and we're just not really doing anything. So allow for the changes to take place, and then that way, both of you are thriving and all of you are thriving, and that's what the universe wants for you. Career looks excellent. You are focused on career this month too. And, balance it out. Balance out, what's required at home, what's required at work. Meet in the middle there. find that balance, because I see you, especially at the Aquarius energy, lunar eclipse on the 27th, your energy is being called to home. There could be some, drama going on in the house with family members that you have to drop everything and take care of it. And that's okay, because that's how we resolve things. We just want to stay out of being too emotional and reactive, because with this Martian energy, our buttons are going to be pushed for certain here in July. And we don't want to be, with the Leo energy, drama queens and drama kings running around and just adding fuel to the fire. There's going to be plenty of fire out there in the world. We want to be that calming force that brings peace and harmony to the group and the collective. Spiritually, make sure you're taking time to meditate. Make sure you're taking time to get out into nature. Nature is a wonderful way to commune with Source, to spiritual energy, and ground you so that you are very present and proactive in your life. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plusing my videos. Scorpio, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And there's still time to be part of my school, the Kelley Rosano Academy, the Wealthy Goddess, your guide to your financial empowerment. It's all about empowering you, empowering your business, empowering what you're doing in the world so that you are thriving and, building wealth. That window is closing soon, but we still have time to get you in. And it's a wonderful way to use these energies, is to be in school, learning, and taking it to the next level. And I'd love to help you do that. So until next time, Aquarius, take good care of yourself. Remember, variety is the spice of life. And whatever changes at the time, it's your soul calling it forth. You've asked for it.